Two Scottish adventurers just went from the North Pole to the South Pole in an electric car. More generative AI coming to a car near you. And the James Webb telescope stuns again with pictures from our solar system. It's Tuesday, December 19th, and this is Engadget News. Scottish adventurers Chris and Julie Ramsey announced their completion of their 9-month, 17,000-mile pole-to-pole EV expedition, the world's first drive from the 1823 magnetic North Pole to South Pole in an electric car. The couple actually reached their destination last Friday, but they could only share the news after reestablishing satellite connection. This feat was achieved using a Nissan Ariya e-Force electric vehicle, which was modified by Icelandic specialist Arctic Trucks, mainly with larger 39-inch tires plus matching wheel arches, along with some ice-friendly gear and body reinforcement work. The powertrain and suspension were mostly stock, just with a lifted height. All that extra load on the electric vehicle meant it had to make do with a reduced range of just 150 to 200 miles, a drop from the original 272-mile mark. During the Arctic and Antarctic parts of the trip, the Ramsey picked up tricks on keeping the car battery warm for improved efficiency. Most notably, they would pile up a snow wall to shield the car's underside and front radiator from the cold wind, or they would even use a dedicated tent to cover up the entire car when it wasn't too windy. Depending on the weather, the duo used either a 5-kilowatt wind turbine or a prototype solar hybrid charging station to juice up their Ariya. Failing that, there were moments when they had to fall back to their gasoline generator, mandatory equipment for traversing the Arctic regions. Likewise with their diesel support vehicles, as no electric version of those exist. Chris explained to Expedition Portal that the purpose of pole-to-pole EV was to prove that electric vehicles make a viable replacement for existing diesel-powered expedition vehicles in the polar regions. In between the poles, the Ramseys traveled through the Americas, with the northern part being relatively easy, thanks to the readily available chargers along the way. It was a little bit different story down south, though, but Pole-to-Pole EV collaborated with EV charging solutions provider Engadget to install chargers along their route through Central and South America, especially the Peru leg of the expedition. Better yet, Engadget has promised to keep those new chargers available to the public afterwards, thus extending its electric Pan-American charging corridor. TomTom just announced a fully integrated AI-powered conversational automotive assistant, which should start popping up in dashboard infotainment platforms in the nearish future. The company has issued some bold claims for the AI, saying it will offer more sophisticated voice interaction and allow users to converse naturally to navigate, find stops along a route, control onboard systems, open windows, and just about anything else you find yourself doing while driving. The company, best known for GPS platforms, partnered up with Microsoft to develop this AI assistant. The technology leverages OpenAI's large language models in addition to Microsoft products like Azure Cosmos DB and Azure Cognitive Services. Cosmos DB is a multi-model database, and Cognitive Services is a set of APIs for use in AI applications. So this should be a capable assistant that draws from the latest advancements. TomTom promises that the voice assistant will integrate into a variety of interfaces offered by major automobile manufacturers, stating that the auto company will retain ownership of its branding. So this could start showing up in cars from a wide variety of makers. The company has not announced any definitive partnerships with known vehicle manufacturers, but the technology will be integrated into TomTom's proprietary digital cockpit, an open and modular in-vehicle infotainment platform. This isn't the first time a company has tried to stuff a large language model inside of a car. Back in June, Mercedes announced a 3-month beta program that incorporated ChatGPT models into select vehicles. This tool also leveraged Microsoft's Azure OpenAI service. TomTom is showing off the AI at CES in January, so we'll know more about how it actually works at that point. The James Webb Space Telescope has a treat to celebrate the upcoming second anniversary of its launch. NASA and the European Space Agency shared a recent image of the icy planet Uranus. The picture, resembling a glowing blue marble rippling into a black ocean, was funneled through the telescope's infrared filters to capture wavelengths future space travelers would not see with the naked eye. Compared with the generic-looking images of Uranus taken by Voyager 2 in the 1980s, the Webb telescope paints a more vivid picture, capturing light in the infrared spectrum. The craft's sensors reveal a strange and dynamic ice world filled with exciting atmospheric features, as the team operating the telescope described it. The image showcases the planet's rings surrounding the planet, including the elusive Zeta Ring, Uranus's faint and scattered innermost one. The image also captures 14 of Uranus's 27 moons. Uranus has loads of ice. The planet rotates on its side at about 98 degrees, plunging the opposite side of the planet into extreme cold and darkness for a quarter of a Uranian year. And since Uranian years last around 84 Earth years, that means by our calendar, the planet's dark side employs a blustery 21-year winter. Astronomers believe the Webb telescope's images will help them better understand Uranus, especially its Zeta Ring, for future missions. They also view the pictures as a proxy for learning about the nearly 2,000 documented exoplanets and other solar systems that share traits with our ringed and icy neighbor. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories, including the stunning pictures of Uranus, along with additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by Engadget contributors Richard Lai, Lawrence Bonk, and Will Shanklin, and was produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Engadget news. And check out Engadget Next, dropping here in the same channel later today.